makes some sense because there he is. He is in the queue. But again, the Twitch can be found at twitch.tv/Seahawk. Join the conversation, listen along, chat along, watch along. All kinds of fun stuff happening in there on a weekly basis, certainly for us here, but he's on that thing 2-3 times a week sometimes. And where are we at? And the Facebook fan page, The Last Bastion of Get Adage. Find us on Facebook. We can be found at facebook.com/PWTorch East Coast Cast, or just search East Coast Cast or PWTorch, and you will see us among the family of Torch fan pages. So please, give us a like, tag your wrestling homies in it, spread the word that way. Y'all know how it works. Look at DDP and Goldberg looking super square. I'm assuming this is WCW versus the World, or, I don't know. Got a couple popular ones. Let's get the answer to those pertinent, important questions by bringing Cam into the mix. Cam!
Unmuted.
Welcome back to the show.
Please don't disrespect WCW versus the World like that. This is the one that ended it all. This is WCW Backstage Assault.
I've never even heard of that one.
Exactly. This is the one that ended it all.
Oh, that ended it all.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So, like, when you said versus the World, like, of course, like, I'm not.
Down. It's going to be.
Yeah, I'm not joking. Like, you should know everything in history, but like, I think Goldberg was still in the NFL when versus the World came out. He might have been in college, hell, because that was like the first one that kind of jumped all this off. That was like PlayStation exclusive. But yeah, this is Backstage Assault. This is the one that, it broke it. On the list of things that killed WCW, this ain't high, but it's on the list.
Yo, that spear is terrible.
Goldberg doesn't even wear those trunks. Like, it's just whatever. It is just whatever. He just slammed the shit out of aerial opportunity. What?
So this has to be after the SmackDown game.
This is, I think it's after No Mercy, I want to say. Because, like, WCW went out of business in 2000, right?
2001.
In 01, so it's
Smart.
Probably right around the time of WrestleMania 2000. Like the game WrestleMania 2000. This game came out November 8th, 2000. So...
Wow, 6 months before the end. 5 months before the end.
WrestleMania 2000. The WrestleMania 2000 game came out...
Probably like January the same year.
No, what's crazy, the game came out October the 12th, 1999? How is that even possible?
Okay.
How did WrestleMania 2000 come out before WrestleMania?
Because it's a video game. Why did?
Well, no. But it's not like Madden. It's like literally the cover art. Travis is everybody in the main event and the Undertaker. Like, that's kind of crazy.
I mean, that's they had their shit together at least.
But it was like
compared to
6 months ahead of time. That's super. Wow. Okay, that's super interesting.
Yeah.
But
I thought it came out like January, like, a few months before the actual.
I didn't even give it like the Madden credit. I thought it literally came out after WrestleMania 2000. But wait, that sounds crazy because I could swear that they had the McMahon storyline. No, they might have put that in No Mercy. I could be tripping. I could absolutely be tripping. That they put the WrestleMania 2000 McMahon storyline. They might have put that in No Mercy.
Okay.
Because No Mercy, let me see what the turnaround time was on that.
Now, this looks so terrible. I hate old video games so much.
Okay, WWF No Mercy, the game came out. That's what it was, Trav. They literally came out a year apart. Like WrestleMania 2000 and No Mercy?
2000 and No Mercy, okay.
Because I think, somebody correct me if I'm wrong, but I think WrestleMania 2000 was supposed to be the last WCW game, but the contract came up.
So they just slapped a different skin.
And it was great, right? It was a great game. The movesets. Yeah. That's kind of wild.
That was the N64 too, as well?
N64 was WrestleMania 2000, yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, this shit is trash. Yeah. Just put lore on this channel all the time.
We could talk about current week in TV or more 25-year-old video games. I really wouldn't mind, even though I hate old video games. It's nice to talk about them and how it was to play them when I was 16 or whatever. But no, okay, let's talk about some current things going on. Another decent week in WWE TV. SmackDown was a really fun show. Raw Monday, another fun show. Some frustrating stuff with just in a pro wrestling sense, like just Brock shows up, does what he does, like, and then Lashley's dumbass. Lashley's absolute stupid ass.
But you're a soldier.
Huh?
He's a soldier, though.
Yeah, no, he said it. I'll fight, and nobody would have blamed him. Nobody would have held his words against him.
Nobody
would
have
made a meme out of him. So, I'm sure there would have been some trolls, but nobody of note.
Fight for your country,
worth,
Bobby.
Certainly. Like, you don't know nothing about tactics, do you? And you talking about fight them. So, but that aside, that's more of a just.
Did you see the bird's eye view they just showed?
No.
In what context?
Oh yeah, now I see it. And that's before the Wile E. Coyote cam from like the ladder matches and stuff that they coined in like 2000 or 01 or something.
That is ridiculous. I'm gonna let that
WCW ahead of the game. Look at that.
That is ridiculous.
Or it was a developer that said, "I want a bird's eye view cam."
They are just I mean, we can start with the big stuff. We got together for Extreme Rules. What did you think about the show overall?
A fun show.
Yeah.
An exciting show that I did. Not a lot of lulls. And then the old school version of lulls, like a lull in the action, not
LOLZ.
Laughter with Z. That's one of the things. Like lately, with a lot of pay-per-views, like they have a decent match, at the beginning or at the end, but there's these whole 45 minutes. Whole hour go by and you just haven't really gotten excited about a ton. But Saturday was different. It was every match they made feel like it's. First off, every match should have been on a pay-per-view. There was no filler. There was nothing they forced onto the show. They even had the main Gunther Sheamus match on TV the night before on free TV. So. And
let them open with a really
absolutely
fun
fine
6-man.
Because I watched both.
Yeah.
And then they had and then they were able to continue the story in a different way the next night in the 6-man. Get those guys a win. The Bullies or the Brutes had to at that point had to win that match. And then you come to find out they're officially noted in the internal WWE stuff as baby faces. Like they have their internal heel face list that I've learned of this year. Of course they have. It's not something that anybody needs to learn. But yeah, they've got an actual running list who's babyface and who's heel, and I'm sure it has other notes and stuff attached to it. I'd like to see it. Um, but Extreme Rules was a good show, and Liv Morgan didn't fucking win a match she had no business winning, and so that was fun.
Yeah, I thought.
No, I don't mean to pick on Liv Morgan.
I thought that match was good. I thought that passing out as a babyface is like, I don't think it doesn't make up for the tap from a couple months ago, but it's a nice tip to that. I think it's good as a babyface. Through everything she could at Ronda threw everything she could at her. Ronda just had more. I don't think that's like a bad thing. We'll see where they go from there. I don't like Ronda being champ. So I hope, and what I mean is, like, Ronda's professional career got derailed because all of a sudden she couldn't beat everybody. So I don't know how I feel about her having.
Well, I think she's proven that she'll lay down for anybody.
No. That's what I'm saying, though. I think either have her be champion for long term or don't have her be champion, because so far I don't know if there's a bunch of ways you can take the title off of her that are creative, that don't make her look silly and don't make the institution look silly. So, like, Ronda having...
You don't get the feeling... Go ahead, I'm sorry.
Like her having like a 2-month gap between runs every 8 months, I don't want that. Like,
sure,
put it on her or don't.
You don't... Yeah. Do you think this is a sign of exactly that? Like, they're putting it on her and new regime, this is how we're going to... Triple H likes Ronda Rousey. He got in there, he tied himself to her for a while, at least, when she was very new and things could have gone very wrong. And he went in there and worked with her and got physical and did and it was really good and well received and all the stuff. Mm-hmm. I saw it as, oh shit, Ronda about to run the SmackDown women's division for... Like, I see her keeping it at WrestleMania. Like, I don't care who's going to beat her. Charlotte and everybody else that I care about, or I think could beat her's on the other show.
That's what I was going to say. Like, at
least for now.
Don't put her back in there against Charlotte. Also, J. Ray in the chat, my man, 100%. Don't apologize for things you don't feel bad about. So whenever somebody makes a statement about how they feel, like a counterpoint, and they say, I'm sorry at the end, I can't stand it. I think it's using words in the space of nothing, and you could just say the match was ass if you thought the match was ass. But there's nothing to apologize for. Just pet peeve as an English major. Anyway, like my man Chill was saying, I hope that she's not like. Don't go back to Charlotte. Like, I would like to see them say, "Hey, we are 6 months out from Mania.
Mm-hmm.
Ronda, Shayna, let's get there." Like, cause Shayna can really.
I am absolutely all for that. And if Ronda had to lose to somebody,
exactly,
before she had a year-long run or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And you don't expect her for real. Like, is she gonna be champion for a year consistently? Like, showing up? Is she going to show up on 40 TVs in the next 52 weeks and defend that title on 6 PLEs and various SmackDowns to pop a rating, whatever?
Yeah,
I don't know. I don't think so. But I think she'd give you 6 solid months of, you're going to treat me like the star that I am,
mm-hmm.
and we're going to get back that. And she's, speaking of that internal list, she's listed as a heel on their internal heel face scale. So if Charlotte was to go to SmackDown, I can't see her going to Raw to bloat that. Not bloat, but SmackDown, they need women over there instead of. Yeah. I guess Becky's still out there, but still, she'd probably go back to Raw.
Yeah.
But,
On that same token, Trav, my goodness, Bianca Belair is a star. And just a really good white meat baby face, overcome the odds. She was great.
mm-hmm.
She was great, and Bailey was great. They were great together. Really fantastic ladder match.
Yeah. You really for her pocket and her pocketbook, and her kind of the PR behind wrestling and entertainment and shit. You really wish you could have gotten all of that double KOD, but it's super awkward to have people on their backs.
Yeah,
So,
your spine don't go that way.
You cut them some slack, but it would have been on her highlight reel for the foreseeable future.
Absolutely.
If she was able to take those 2 or 3 steps, maybe even turn to the hard camera and get that thing, hit. But still, heck of a move, heck of an effort. And yes, she's a star. I gushed over her last week after the contract signing segment, and I thought she was just so good, so magnetic, so natural, and just her. And then she followed it up with a really good match. And Monday, trying to help a friend or whatever, someone she knows, a colleague, and just got herself into a bad situation. And on a week that no Oscar's probably still nursing that knee from the damage control beating, and no Alexa Bliss to pad out the numbers to give him some help. So she got her ass beat, but she did it. She got her ass beat for a good cause.
Yeah, Bailey has this amazing. Bad luck, JK. Thanks for the sub. 2 months in a row. Bailey has the best crestfallen, downtrodden face in the entire world. She came out and just like she let down
like a kicked dog. Yeah,
a heel coming out like they let everybody down is amazing. It was so good. She is great at that. They are very lucky to have her back. She's so good. She's Saturday morning cartoon villain, but not in a cheesy way. Like, she doesn't have to say you're a whore, you're a slut, you slept your way to the top, no shit like that. Like, she doesn't have to call you ugly or fat or any of that. Like, she's just, I don't like you. I'm great. You're not. You suck. I want what you have. Like, she's great. And so yeah, like whatever they continue to do with her, like she's gonna smoke it. I thought that it's weird. The low light is Riddle Rollins, but you see exactly why they put it where they put it. It was fine. They probably could have explained the fight pit beforehand, but it was fine. It was a wrestling match in a different venue. You understood Riddle needed to win, how he won. And it gave way to Trav. It gave way to the return of Bray Wyatt. Well, let's slow down on that for a second. We were guys, chat, phones, everybody. We're in my apartment, and there's friends around and drinks around and food around and all that. And the Edge Balor match starts, and I say the only way that Edge is going to say I quit is if Rhea puts Beth in a predicament where he can't save her. That's when he's going to say I quit. I'm not saying that to say I'm wrestling genius
booking savant.
Socrates.
Uh-oh.
Huh?
You're a booking savant over here.
Yeah, I'm not saying that to say that. I'm saying it's just it's the only way this match could have ended. Because you hear about Finn getting a big push. You know what Edge stands for and what he's about. And for him to fight so hard to come back to wrestling and what he did to his body and
Yeah.
all that. Like, it just didn't make sense.
Yeah,
Like,
that promo from Monday
yeah,
kind of set this up as well.
yeah. Did we know Beth was there before she ran in? We didn't know, but like,
I didn't.
it was. If you're working under the assumption, like I've been, and even on this show, I've been like, yo, War Games should be Judgment Day versus Ray, Finn, AJ, and Beth. I don't think it's going to happen now, but working under those pretenses, that's how this thing had to play out. I thought it was good. People, okay. Full disclosure, where Trav, did you stay till the girl showed up?
Yeah.
Okay.
They were there at the
full disclosure, like we're in the crib.
Yeah.
There's women and there's drinks and there's food and there's football in the next room. So I'm like moving out. I'm moving throughout the apartment the whole time, right? So like that match was never boring to me because I was doing 15 things at once. It didn't feel too long to me because I'm actively doing other things. People were mad online. They said that match was too damn long. Did you think it went on a bit too long, or dragged out?
What match?
And had too many elements?
The I Quit.
The I Quit match. Yeah.
No, I didn't think. And just think about back to real time. I didn't feel that way. I don't think anybody in the apartment brought it up. Like, man, this is dragging.
Stop watching shit by yourself. Guys, I mean, I understand being analytic. I understand reviewing, but boy, like if you're with people when you watch, some of your criticisms just go away. I encourage more people to watch things with their friends because I felt like it was fine. Like I liked it, and I think expecting where
even
it
as
was
somebody
going
who sat
helped with that.
through the entire match, watched the whole thing. I wasn't back and forth. With the football game, but yeah, again in real time, it was fine. It was what it needed to be.
Yeah. And then again, we'll talk about where that goes Monday, but yeah, I thought that was good. And then Bray Wyatt comes back, and I tweeted. It was either that night or that morning, because a lot of the criticism on Bray is his matches. And I was like, look, I told a story about working at KB Toys. And there was a kid who was like 7 years old. This is when I was in college. And he picks up, like he's looking through the WWE toys. And I haven't even met you yet. I don't even know if I listened to the Torch yet. But I'm talking to the kid and I'm like, hey, so who's your favorite wrestler? And the kid says Kane. And I'm in my head like, Kane? You're 7. What are you talking? And then I kind of thought about it. Like, this thing is not. While I love me a 5-star match, this thing is about characters, and this thing is about spectacle. And so everybody mad like Bray Wyatt matches and blah 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 blah. If you watched that and you saw how excited people were for him to come back, do you want the matches to be good? Yeah. Is it gonna matter? Not really, because they were.
But when did fucking Bray Wyatt become some 2-star fucking wrestler?
I never thought he was. Yeah, people were like, he's trash.
We've seen a bunch of big-time matches with Bray, and our disappointment was that he never won big matches, and never won feuds. I never complained or heard many complaints about the work or about, the matches, the physical part of the matches. It was just always the character stuff, and later the invulnerability and all that nonsense they did in his last run. Or, running up to his last run. So, yeah, Bray Wyatt's perfectly fine in the ring. He's a WWE-level wrestler. And I've never, certainly since he's gotten to be an actual legit star, which absolutely plays into it.
Yeah.
I mean, who the fuck complain about Batista matches? Like, no, you get what you fucking get. And the guys, that's weird. But, similar story. 1999, I'm 19, my 6-year-old brother, guess who I've had this conversation with y'all and anybody around me, because I'm 19 years old, having an argument, a legit heated argument with a 6-year-old because he told me his favorite wrestler was Sting. And I'm like, The Rock is right there. Like, how are you going to, you don't even know who's, you don't watch WCW. You saw that fucking Sprite commercial and you like the guy's makeup or whatever. And, or you seen him come down in the rafters if you did see him on WCW or whatever. But yes, he's a 6-year-old and he don't care about the catchphrases. I mean, he does, but you know, he saw a guy that's obviously a star because he's in a damn, you know, 6-year-olds understand Sprite is big time, and you know, clips with him with Hulk Hogan and shit that he's actually seen over the years. And yeah, he didn't care about The Rock, even though he was the coolest motherfucker, you know, going. And to a 19-year-old, sure. But yeah, I get it, Kane. But he does the fire, mister.
Yeah.
That's what you would have gotten if you probably would have had a similar conversation with that kid.
Yeah, what the fuck are you talking about, little boy? But yeah, absolutely.
He would have asked you, have you seen how he does the corner, you know, the fire from the turnbuckles? Like
he makes fire appear out of nowhere. You know what, kid? You got me. I'm sold. But no, man, they were hyped for Bray to be back, boy. They've been following QR codes and writing notes and all kind of shit. And yeah, and I tell you what, they're hype. They replayed it on Raw and they played the edited version on NXT. Like they're all in.
They played the whole thing, the entirety.
Yeah, the whole thing was on Raw, and then they played the edited version on
and sold it. And I mean, and hyped it up first. They were like, "We're going to show it in its entirety. We're going to show you how it happened in real time, folks." Like, oh, okay.
Yep.
But
they were excited for sure.
Bray Wyatt's a fun character. Bray Wyatt's somebody you can get into if, you know, that kind of character clicks with you. And there's absolutely a reason he's a star and he's being bought back like a star. People forget how much merchandise that man moves.
Yeah.
Like that alone just
they was selling $600 replica belts.
$6,000 or whatever it was. Yeah, a stupid ass belt that you can't even wear and show off. Oh, you can, but you look like a fucking moron.
Bitch would never leave the house. Yeah,
belt.
Man, they had something and they know it. And they are going to rock out. Was a net negative. Yeah, I mean, and again, like I'm not saying I have a problem with the work. I'm saying I read the internet just like you do. And so, yeah, you know, motherfuckers be mad.
And also, we've only seen Bray Wyatt booked under Vince McMahon. We haven't seen what Triple H has for Bray Wyatt. Yeah,
we're going to see that Ferrari engine, baby.
I think that could, or we could be 6 months from now, like, you know, back to Bray Wyatt.
It was Cap all along. It was Cap all along.
Yeah. But they sold a bunch of new masks and some shirts and stuff, but they're not gonna, you know. And I don't think fans should expect, you know, like the brand or whatever to be built around the guy. He's not that he's not that level, but he's just, that's not the character. That's not the tone, you know, that you build around.
So Trev,
it's just not.
Is Brock Lesnar attacking Bobby Lashley?
Fucking guy.
Is that a crown jewel match?
Oh, that's what I read today. The article I read, I don't know who was Gerwick or some shit. The way they said it in describing the attack on Monday, they're like, he attacked them setting up their crown jewel match, or setting up a match at crown jewel. And that was the first thing I assumed. Because
Somebody
I said Brock isn't coming out there for a U.S. title match, and he's not going to want one at crown jewel. Like, I'm good. I barely want the WWE title. Yeah. Shit.
Brock is is one of the few acts
I kind of saw that coming,
who the only titles he's won, King of the Ring and World titles. And the King of the Ring.
Didn't he win the IC title?
Did he win the IC title?
I thought he did in the run.
But winning the King of the Ring.
I can't remember who he lost it to.
Winning King of the Ring made him #1 contender for Rock's title at SummerSlam.
Right.
So I don't
right.
think. I think he's only
about
been the fucking J Ray, come on, not the.
I mean, it's a title, Royal Rumble winner times 2.
You don't get anything physical for winning it. It ain't bullshit. Let's talk about how many times Dolph was the sole survivor. Go to hell. So no, but the distinction.
Rumble is more important than King of the Ring. That is not this can be disputed.
I'm just rolling my eyes at he's just gonna be right today. All right. Like I said, he's never, like, the only titles he's won are world titles.
Braun got a fucking belt, an actual championship belt. Well, it was designed like a championship belt for winning that greatest Royal Rumble.
And what's interesting, when he won King of the Ring, it was the first time, and I think the only time, there was literally no crown and scepter because he was above that, right? He just won it, and it made him number one contender. That was it. So yeah, him going for a U.S. title this far down the road would be kind of wild. Like, it'd be surreal. Not that he wouldn't do it, but like, just, yeah, it'd be super interesting. One of the few people who was immediately pushed to as world champion and never kind of took a step down. Like,
never hung out with. The only person he hung out with as friends was Kurt Angle, and they never went for the tag titles.
Yeah,
you know, in their like little two-month buddyship.
Cause like, even like Batista was never U.S. or IC champion. He was tag champs when he first got there. Yeah, he was tag champs getting on, but yeah, never really veered from that. Very few people are there. Oh, Brock did win the tag titles, didn't he? Who was he with? Was it Big Show?
What? You talking about OVW, him and Shelton Benjamin?
No, is that? That might be right. Hogan? Was it Hogan?
No fucking way. There's no way I forgot about a Hogan Brock tag team title reign.
Are you sure? We sure?
Even if that shit.
It was OVW. Okay, it was OVW. Okay. Yeah, you got me. Don't Mandela affect me, Mr. Link.
Mr. Link. Why don't y'all talk about the developmental?
Old Missouri Valley Championship face ass. What?
Les Thatcher booked a lot of good content.
Yeah. But no, so that'll be yeah, I mean, cool. Like, hopefully that's a good match. Yeah, okay, so I made a list, Trav, and you might wanna I invite the chat, the money in the J Ray, I swear to God, I swear on everything holy. You're gonna tell me he won. You're gonna tell me he won. You're gonna tell me he won in traffic court too, and I'm gonna throw my monitor out the window. So Trav, I made a list that I called the keep a job list, and it was Jeff Jarrett, Matt Hardy, Mickey James, Hurricane Helms. I think it was Book, and then my sixth man. I was about to say,
wasn't Booker T on there?
Yeah, my sixth man, I forget. And guys, if you wanna include 5 people in wrestling that just keep a job, not with one company, not one person who's been with one company forever, but just finds ways to keep getting work. I say that to say, goddamn Good Brothers are back again. Carl Anderson is the never open weight champion in New Japan right now today. New Japan was retweeting them coming back to Raw to help AJ. But yeah, man, them dudes, they find a way to keep getting that work.
That's interesting how that, what a time, man. Like, just, I mean, and I think that's how it should be of these independent contractors. Whether the company that they also work for around the world wants to promote it or not, or tag it or tweet it or whatever. That's on them or not on them, whatever. But the fact that they can, come over and be on TV and make the return while also obviously working for New Japan is pretty cool.
And it was Billy Gunn, by the way.
Wrestling has your other one. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Your sixth man. 58-year-old Billy Gunn.
Let's talk about your favorite cool uncles.
Report.
So I want to say this the right way, because I got money that depends on me saying it the right way, right?
There we go. Okay. I'm gonna take it way out of context, so get ready for that.
DX was never cool in the way the NWO was cool. Like, people love to crotch shop and say suck it all through their high schools and middle schools. I'm not doubting that. But
yeah.
DX,
but that's what it was for.
Yeah,
and who
DX was like sophomoric humor. Literally D-Generation X, right? And the NWO was more posse gang.
They were deemed that or dubbed that by the babyface announcers as heels, and they were like, okay, we're degenerates, we're D-Generation X then.
Exactly.
Like, you want to dub us this thing? We're going to take it and fucking make it our own thing. Yeah. That's pretty cool. But still, they were for 13 to 19-year-olds, where the NWO, certainly the core first, year or so NWO core, whatever they expanded to a bunch of nonsense, was for 13-year-olds and fucking 43-year-olds as well. Like, they were cool for grown men.
So I say that to say the, damn near 25th anniversary of DX is like they haven't graduated to cool uncle status yet, and like Triple H is cool uncle, Shawn Michaels is cool uncle, Sean Waltman is cool uncle, but like as a
so I don't
unit,
understand how you
as a unit, with when they come out there and do the DX thing and talk like DX and walk like DX, it's not, you don't revere them in the way that you do other groups coming back together. You know what I mean? Like, in that way, like, because you expect when at you like 20 years later comes out, like there's a reverence, there's an appreciation, there's a respect. But it's like, no, they step away from what they do even on screen or behind the scenes to come back and do the DX thing. And I'm like, this isn't, they want to keep it goofy, you're right. But I'm just like, you 60, like, it was cool. They didn't overstay their welcome. But I'm just like, I don't know, like, you still pretending to be 35-year-olds pretending to be 17-year-olds is still like,
yeah.
Right.
I mean, I could see that argument being valid if they did like hijinks and shit last night or Monday night.
They did keep it low, and I'm admitting that part too. They got in,
simple.
got out, like said what they said thank you.
A couple old man jokes, and X-Pac got to big up China, like he said,
which was great.
He hoped that they.
I tell you what, I hope it doesn't sound like I'm shitting on him, because him showing love to China in the way that he did, fantastic. I even liked how they alluded to what Billy Gunn was doing right now and like
yeah.
showed love on the
Show
cool.
Michaels. I saw that on the replay or on a GIF or something.
I think he's
Michaels
doing something with office supplies. It was
scissor
cool.
thing.
It was
doing
cool.
his fingers like scissors. Yeah, scissors. Yeah, that was.
You know.
Yeah. No. Let's go out there and fucking shit on the other company or our friend who's working for. Let's say something about. Let's say how he's working for a pissant company or. Yeah. None of that. So was it like the thing that we all kind of knew and presumed? It was just Triple H fucking fronting for Vince all those years. Not that Triple H isn't kind of a natural kind of scumbag and on his own and politicker for sure, but was some of the extra stuff teasing folks and that kind of thing, pencil neck geeking dudes. Was he showing off for Vince? Was him saying Chris Masters looks like his suit was falling off or whatever? Is that for Vince? So the old man will be like, ha, that was a good one. Kid, son-in-law. So it's maybe the realer Triple H where I don't need to make fun of people. Number one, I'm fucking damn near 60, and why? Yeah, that's just not. I don't know if he's damn near 60. He's probably like 52 or 54 or something, but still. Closer to 60 than I am.
So can we have the honest conversation about how the Acclaimed are really New Age Outlaws 2.0, and I mean that purely as a compliment. Like, two individual talents who were good separately, thrown together as a tag team, and are thriving, being suggestive.
Decent separately.
Yeah. I think they're both good-looking kids. I think that helps a lot. Like, Billy Gunn was in shape, but like they are two good-looking kids, really athletic, and the crowd is just, they didn't need a cosign. Like, it's cool that Billy Gunn's with them. They were good on their, like, as the Acclaimed, the crowd loves them. Their audience reveres them and loves them and appreciates them, and they got something, man. They did not wait. They didn't make the WWE classic mistake of waiting 6 months too long to put a title on somebody when the crowd wants it right now. Yeah, so
even though some people, myself included, was like, I don't know yet.
It was, listen, man, that reaction, while I think Tony Khan can absolutely be impulsive sometimes, that reaction at that level, and the fact that it was the damn near the same reaction on regular TV for the rematch, like, yeah. I agree. I think they are going to be bigger than the Outlaws because as soon as the Outlaws weren't in DX, it was like they were cool beforehand, but like they were just getting hot. DX solidified them, but all the things they tried to do outside of DX never hit. And so these guys on their own together, but on their own are already like on TV with a crowd that absolutely loves them.
The only pushback I'd give J. Ray about that, the Acclaim going to be way bigger than the New Age Outlaws. You just don't have potential 10 million wrestling fans.
Yeah, you're not gonna
to get to turn to so just based on numbers, but even on just like let's take the numbers out and just compare it to reaction and I don't think they're going to stay together long enough to be better or bigger than the New Age Outlaws. Yeah. Man, people already want fucking Max Caster to be AEW World Champ. Yeah, that might not be a sizable portion of the fan base, but they certainly are staunch AEW supporters, day one types, and they fucking love Max Caster.
You are not lying.
He's okay, but so I don't know if they could hold out long enough, or if the crowd themselves doesn't force, just like they kind of forced Tony's hand in a good way, in the way crowd should force promoters' hands to push or de-push an act, but the crowd might force Tony's hands to push Max Caster specifically as a singles guy. So we'll see. It'll be an interesting conversation in a year if they are still together, and if they are they just as hot or hotter as a team? And I was thinking about Billy Gunn. Yeah, he's been around, but should he be a sixth man on the keep a job thing? And then I remembered his stint as Cute Kip in TNA with the fucking the blonde the women,
and they were
their top women's act. I forget what they're called.
Voodoo Kim Mafia, baby. They were doing.
Was he a part of that too?
Yep, it was him and Road Dogg. Yeah, BKM.
Yeah. Road Dogg's talked so much shit over the years about so many people. It is, wow.
Isn't it weird the New Age Outlaws came back and won the tag titles in 2014? Yes. It's very weird.
All right. We didn't really get in on specifics on any more like Raw fallout or Extreme Rules fallout from Raw worth bringing out.
I mean, you got Roman Logan Paul coming.
We didn't talk about the bloodline stuff.
Sami Zayn.
The Logan Paul segment from Friday was rough. I didn't understand why everybody was cracking up at Sami Zayn. I guess it's just, he's just Sami. But the Paul Heyman stuff with the pseudo celebrities and him cutting promos on.
We were talking about that on Saturday. You were like, "What the fuck was that?"
Yeah, and Andrew Tate, and she's like, "Wow, is this some edgy kind of stuff? Not necessarily good, but it's obviously trying to be edgy." And Paul Heyman doesn't typically. It was just odd to see him out there trying so hard to be, like, we're wreshling fans. And what an odd, eclectic mix of pseudo celebrities to pick from. Ben Shapiro, Andrew Tate, and somebody else. Like, wow.
Why did J. Ray say Kevin Patrick needs to go? It's been one night.
KP, he was fine.
I thought he was. I didn't notice him, and that's a compliment.
Yeah, I actually listened out, and he was good. I mean, he was fine. I don't know if he was good, but he was fine. Certainly serviceable. I don't know if that's what you want on your number one, your main show supposedly, but and Saxton, back on backstage stuff, he was fine in his role. Everybody was fine. I didn't even think about it, like you said. So.
Did you see the internet try to get mad because Indy Hartwell won a match with a second rope superplex?
Would they get mad about?
Because you're not supposed to win matches with superplexes.
Since when?
I don't know. But it looked really good.
Like, rule is this?
She ran through, motherfucker. It was good. She strong, and there was a second rope superplex, so she had to lift her basically from the apron, and Indy was on the second rope and superplex her. It looked really good. Fucking just be mad.
People got mad over Daredevil because it had sex because he violated his Catholic roots. And that was not said in parody or sarcasm or any kind of weird irony. That was just some weird fucking Marvel fan that was mad that Daredevil wasn't like sad, brooding, dark Daredevil, I guess, from the Netflix show. He be beating people
up with batons
he got
under a secret identity while he's a lawyer. Had
some quips.
His life is a contradiction, and that's the point.
And Daredevil fucks.
And Daredevil fucks.
How...
Oh, they got on.
Matter of fact, I got a Daredevil book from when I was a kid. From 92, and he was a boxer, and he's going out with this black woman, and she realized he was blind because he's so good at not being blind. And she's like, he doesn't even, usually you go, oh, he didn't, he doesn't see color. He didn't think of it. But she's like, he doesn't know I'm black. It's like, who fucking wrote this? Like, as an adult thinking back that, like, he knows you're black. But like, ain't no way he don't.
Yeah.
What the fuck you talking about, lady? You don't have to see your fucking complexion and know. Anyway.
He knows Burt's Bees lip balm when it touches him. He knows what's going on. But yeah. Motherfuckers be mad about anything.
You know what pink lotion moisture.
Yeah, pink hair lotion. Like, what's going on. I like Book on commentary because Book actually called the finish. He was like, "Oh yeah, took the wind right out of her." I was like, "Yeah, thank you, Book. Like, you don't got to get crazy. Like, yeah, knock the wind out of her body, pinned her. Thank you." But he was like, him and JD McDonough were just buddying it up. It was really fun to see somebody just like revere Book in that way and them just chop it up. He's fun. And I also think like,
was he on the commentary?
Yeah, Book's on the commentary team. It's him and
No, McDonough.
He was just on for that match. Yeah, he came and sat with Book during the Dragunov match. Boy, when Dragunov wrestles, it's like he wrestles like one of us gonna die. I don't know who it's gonna be.
He does wrestle. He does have a.
Talk about a fucking daredevil.
More. I was going to compare him to Darby Allin, but in a more controlled, stiffer.
Yeah.
Darby Allin. The intent is to hurt you more.
Yeah.
If I hurt myself, that's like Darby Allin seems like this gonna hurt me too, but
Darby Allin wrestles like he has to hurt himself in order to hurt you. Dragunov wrestles.
Does. I mean, that actually
and it works
makes sense psychologically.
Like, but Dragunov wrestles like I'm going to hurt you, but I need to feel something too. You know what I'm saying? Like, that motherfucker is crazy. But yeah, Darby needs to put on some pants. He do be having them coochie cutters on, boy. He absolutely does. Daredevil didn't touch grass, but he touched something close to it.
He touched something close to it.
Jesus. Come on. Valentina. It was Valentina Caros. And then Nate Fraser won the match with A-Kid. So it's him, Wesley, Mello, African Homie, and who's the fifth in the ladder match? Is it Grayson Waller? Somebody will let us know.
Who's African Homie?
The one Mello wrestled a week ago.
Oh, he's African?
Yeah, he got a big fucking African tattoo on his chest. Mensa.
Okay. We didn't talk about a couple weeks ago when I forgot my man's name. The big gay bull.
Quincy Ellie.
Name. That's him. Was not a fan of the work. Was adequate, but big guy.
You thought it was too much?
To be like, not even too much. It just seemed one-dimensional. Yeah,
what was fun?
And the fact that he is a gay guy is like, well, he's fucking, he's not out there, perpetrating a fraud out there being a stereotype. But he's out there being a stereotype. It's just on his own terms.
Yeah. I like that he's backstage instigating constantly. Like, he's like, I just don't think you got it. He told that to Zion Quinn. And I was just like, yeah, fits. You talk about not even a fall from grace, but a guy who I think a lot of people were high on those first couple of weeks and then were just like, what is this? I think Zion Quinn is very much a no mercy creator wrestler. I don't know if that works in 2022. Like, muscle guy, short trunks, armband, gloves, tattoos. Like, I don't know. I think they're going to have to do some tweaking with that if they want him to be successful. I don't know if that's a thing that can work anymore. And wait.
Yeah, I'm not.
and wait. So Friday night, I'm minding my business. I'm watching a little wrestling. You know, I think there's some football on. You know, I'm having a good old time. Legado de Fantasma comes out.
That's right.
And it's Santos Escobar. It's my man DJ Z, who you talk about salute to a guy. Trev, he took the long way to SmackDown, didn't he? Like Zima Ion and DJ Z and wrestling on the indies in like upstate New York, and he is finally like on SmackDown. Like, salute to him, man. I couldn't be happier for him. Now, you know who I'm not happy for?
Who?
Me, damn it. I'm not happy for me.
What?
So you got Santos, you got Joaquin Wilde, you got Raul Mendoza.
Yeah.
And Zelina damn Vega. I like Zelina Vega.
What's wrong?
Zelina Vega's really good.
Yeah.
She's dope.
Are you saying she's not needed in that group?
Motherfucker. Where is Elektra Lopez?
She ain't TV ready.
What are we doing?
She barely NXT TV ready.
What are we doing? You know what? I never liked DX.
There's something about her that they clear every time. When I was paying attention for the most, to NXT, every time it seemed like, they even gave her the name change, and it's like, oh, okay, they're gonna, do something different and give her a little bit of a push. It's something about her or her performances or her durability. I don't know what it could be, that they're just like, we're good. We're cool.
Fuck all that. Man.
I mean, obviously. Because it seems like I'm kind of there with you. I don't necessarily see. I can't point at one thing and be like, well, that's why she's not. I mean, she's okay personality-wise. Like, she looks good, but I don't think she's a dynamic enough personality to make up for her lack of, in-ring stuff, because she's just okay in the ring, the little bit I've seen of her.
But they don't have Zelina do shit in the ring. Like, as when
she's a bigger and better personality. She kind of, a little bit of a more dynamic personality, magnetic personality.
Man, whatever.
Elektra Lopez got in that room and said, "I'm Elektra Lopez, and I just bought Legado del Fantasma to SmackDown." I don't think it has the same impact. I don't think people go, "Oh shit, those guys are here." They go, "Oh, guys I kind of sort of know, and this lady that I absolutely have no idea who she is," even if you kind of know who she is.
I hope she throws Zelina off a bridge, just like Rock did Austin. Throw her off the bridge.
Look, she's fine. Look, she's fine, and she checks off all
the bridge. Travis,
the
bridge. Knock her off the bridge.
They don't.
And throw the queen fucking crown in there with her, and throw the scepter in there off the bridge. But no, yeah.
She did Queen of the Ring.
Good to see them on SmackDown. Got a great and Santos is already a great mouthpiece, but they are going faction heavy in both companies. I like the different personalities involved. It should be fun to watch. Should absolutely be fun to watch.
Should be, and a feud between them and Hit Row. It's like, okay, somebody's got to lose, and because Hit Row they haven't been given a ton, but I don't think they've hit with the things they've done. Like, they're fine, but I don't know.
LA Knight said he not no maximum male model no more.
Yeah, this is one of those things where it's like, I don't give a fuck how the storyline continuity is fucked up by just washing their hands of it, but I'm okay with this.
So let's get there.
Yeah, just like it never made sense to me how he changed one day and was Max Dupree and had a sister named Maxine. Just wash your hands of all that. Don't even try to explain it because you're just going to make yourself look silly.
Fever dream.
Yep. I don't know what happens to Mace and Mansoor. Mansoor, I don't think is going anywhere. He'll be repackaged. But I think we'll get some kind of reasoning, like some kind of story. I don't think he'll show up in 2 months just as Mansoor and some regular trunks to have a regular match. I think there's going to be some kind of bridging explanation, whether it's a long drawn out thing or just something that throwaway to say they did it. Mace, I don't know. Maybe curtains are that guy in the company.
Yeah.
What happened to Dijovic?
They keep saying repackage. I guess we'll see. Yeah.
If there's anybody I have faith in a decent repackage, it's him because, again, Triple H seemed to dig him down back in NXT a couple years ago. So that'll be interesting. They got a lot of talent all of a sudden, again, with the possibility of more. So that'll be interesting over the next 6-12 months how they handle the roster and the churn and the turnover. Mm-hmm. How much turnover is there? If folks ain't hitting, do they not waste any time in letting folks go instead of hoarding everybody because they might show up in AEW?
Yeah.
You got to be strategic with who you let go and stuff, but I think it's just it's shown that it doesn't matter who goes to AEW for real. It's not like they're not going to be able to turn that into instant numbers. So I don't think WWE should be afraid to let anybody go for real. So that'll be interesting. All right. Let's well, I'm looking at the queue. We got a bunch of people in line, but ain't nobody got their hand up. I see 404. I think that's a somewhat new or unfamiliar number. So press the 1 on your keypad if you do want to put your hand up and get on air. But yeah, got a queue full of votes. Don't nobody want to step up. Looking at you, 845. But I'm always looking at you, 845.
And minding their business, man.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, that game is horrific. That wasn't great at all.
What? What game?
The one I just showed.
Baseball playoffs?
No, the one I just showed.
Oh, I didn't.
Backstage assault. How Mayhem was bad too. They put out some bullshit. Oh, look at this one. Nope, show me. Look at this. Who was that, Stevie Ray? Yep. Oh, this is not great. There's no... Oh, this is bad.
Thunder.
This is bad.
Did he just swim into the ring? I think he just breaststroked into the ring.
Yeah.
That was...
I don't know what the meters mean. This is awful. So yeah, AEW tonight in Toronto. So there's pretty sure there's a deal done that Renee Paquette, is signing with AEW.
She's already signed with the Bengals to do Bengals.
Signed with the
media stuff.
Let me say this. There has been. It could have just been for one event. So I don't know if this is standard now, but apparently AEW is giving out less press credentials for events. I wonder if they're adjusting a little bit the way that they are interacting with media. There hasn't been like a mandate or anything, but bringing somebody like Renee in to work with you officially as opposed to her being a third party, I wonder the kind of things that adjust. It could just be, hey, she's really good at what she does. We want to produce specific content with her. You know, my man Sparks works over there with them on AEW Dark and producing that. He also helps produce Renee's podcast. So it could be a relationship. That relationship could be kind of building something there. But yeah, it's super interesting to sign her when it's probably not going to be for live commentary, I don't think. But hell, who knows?
So run-ins and interference was just so baked in at the time. The game made it a fucking whoever that was, Scott Norton or somebody.
It was a fucking Street Fighter assist.
Ran in from down the ramp and it flashed across the screen. Run in.
Yeah. I do think, J-Ray, so I do think there's some
just right in front of everybody.
There is some a level of security, a level of comfortability that comes with having that in-house, and I think that you're probably going to see a little bit more of that as far as like these interviews and podcasts go.
I mean, that's on Tony. If he had a terrible interview with Ariel Helwani, like he's he's setting rules up so he don't do dumb shit again. Like, I mean, okay.
I mean,
hey. I guess that's kind of a responsible adult thing. Don't do, I can't believe I ate a damn half gallon of chocolate ice cream, in one sitting. Like, what do you do next time you're in the supermarket? Don't fucking buy a half a gallon of chocolate ice cream.
Any more news on Jon Moxley and CM Punk having AEW office jobs in addition to being talent? I haven't heard about Punk having that role, but yeah, Moxley signed a 5-year deal. That's also going to include coaching and mentoring, and I think that's dope. Like, I hope that more guys get deals like that as a show of good faith, as a show of appreciation for the business you've done, and just actually being good at your job. And being somebody people can rely on and will go to for advice. With all the people I've talked to, I've never heard a bad word about an interaction or advice given from Moxley, so I think that's dope.
If CM Punk got a fucking office job at AEW,
that'd be crazy.
I absolutely need a camera on that the entire time. I just want every coffee.
That's a new reality show,
cooler,
for sure.
Water cooler conversation recorded every lunch, every lunch break.
I just pictured.
I definitely want a storyline where somebody steals like the pudding or the snack in his lunch every day.
I just pictured Rick going to Punk's desk and asking him, "What you think about this shirt?"
Is there something to that? Is there a story behind Punk and Starks? Oh, okay.
Literally just that. Hey, what'd you think about this shirt? And Punk just, I don't know, man. I wear t-shirts. Like, yeah, I can only imagine.
Not my thing, but I can see you in it. Like, okay.
Yeah, man.
Bobby Blaze versus Goldberg.
Who? Bobby Blaze?
So, Bobby Blaze. That's what
the fuck is that?
Showed up on the name tag. Mm-hmm. Shit game. Or you stream.
Look at the crowd.
Whatever you playing.
Look at the crowd. They weren't even trying.
I'm still looking at the loading screen. Oh my god. They're just flat. They're not even what dimension is that?
They all get in the ring this time. Oh, this is nasty.
There's a chair already just ringside, just laying flat. Who is that? Is that Bobby Blaze? Look, he breaststrokes into the ring. Everybody.
Yeah, is it Blaze or Blaze? Bobby Blaze?
That's the Blaze, yeah. Blaze.
Bobby Blaze in WCW was a real person. I'm looking at him right now. How did he make it into this game? Like, I'm watching WCW 1999, Scott Steiner versus Bobby Blaze. Like, he literally has his book. He has a book on Amazon. His biography. Pin Me, Pay Me. Have Boots, Will Travel. A memoir by Bobby Blaze.
Yeah.
I love it.
He about to beat the shit out of Goldberg, too.
I love it. He giving Goldberg the business. He hitting fucking Xbox in kicks.
Hold up.
I'm reading what J-Ray said. I got
a couple paragraphs.
J-Ray, yeah. Okay, so Punk was pulling bows and others decided to watch tape and stuff, which is good. Let me see. Speaking to Ariel Helwani. Boy, stop posting so I can read the shit. Speaking to Ariel Helwani, Tony Khan discussed how he puts together the promotion's television shows and detailed the people he spoke to about them each week. As he describes the process, he noted that he runs things about those in office jobs named CM Punk alongside the EVPs. Oh, okay. Come in and sit down. Shivani, QT, backstage, Sanjay. Okay. And then, okay. So, yeah, I guess he did it. Punk somewhere, maybe, I guess Punk got a deal where, hey, you wrestling, but I also need you. I trust your judgment. You're going to help me with these things. Fascinating.
Also, I need them to issue a dress code for CM Punk. Like,
I'm saying, as Bobby Blaze, he whipped Bobby Blaze
only
backstage. They were both running the same. Oh, this is bad.
Wow, they just disappeared. Oh, okay.
This is bad. Goldberg can't do that, arm wringer. Hit him with the pipe. This sucks. He's
media only.
Double damage. Oh, this is god awful. Why do you exist?
All right. Let's see what Boris has to talk about before we get out of here. Boris, what's on your mind?
What up? Did y'all discuss Sammy and how long we got to deal with this dude?
Which Sammy? Because
Sammy Guevara.
Oh, okay. I was about to say, I didn't like that tone you were taking if you were about to say something disparaging about Sami Zayn.
Yeah. Man, listen, when your boss likes you, when your boss likes you and the people your boss likes like you, it just affords you so many opportunities, man. Like, my thing about Sammy is this. Right or wrong, you can't be the dude getting punked at your job all the time. You can't. You can't survive like that. And I don't care where you work. If your coworkers know they can punk you all the time, they're not going to stop because they good people. Like, he has to. I'm not even saying he got to fight people, but dog, there has to be a conversation between you and the people who are playing you about why they can't play you. Or if you do something to make them play you, you got to stop doing it. Because eventually, like, even if it's not his fault, eventually you the common denominator. And so I just think, like, he seems to really lack self-awareness, even in situations he might be correct in. So I don't know, man. He just got to avoid these incidents. I don't know what Andrade's motives are, but I know he's not a dude to play with. And I know Eddie Kingston ain't a dude to play with. And so I don't know. Gotta stop playing with folks.
Yeah, and that's another thing. If you're a naturally punky kind of dude, like, you think you'd get into feuds with less fucking volatile individuals.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
But you probably just bring that energy and they just, slap shit up.
Why is it like this? We'll probably never see Sasha over here, Sasha Banks over here with this idiot here. But he just don't like keep his tongue in his mouth.
shit, we don't know if she'll be back in WWE. So,
that was just a thought, you know what I'm saying?
No, I know, but, yeah.
Because that's how this started. He opened his mouth on what he wanted to do to Sasha Banks. And then
well, yeah, that was one of the things.
He still ain't quit.
Yeah. And when y'all told me last week, this motherfucker 29, I was flabbergasted.
Exactly.
Fucking flabbergasted. Not that I ain't said some dumb shit at 29 and shit 39, but the consistent immature behavior and stuff, right? It's not that it's just everybody has a moment or a one-off or say some shit that they might not have wanted to say publicly or in front of certain folks, certain company, but like over and over again, and various levels of like scumbag and being a bitch ass motherfucker kind of thing. Like, damn, you're not just a weirdo in this realm. You're a weirdo and a fucking punk ass and a fucking instigator and a coward. Like, goddamn, pick a fucking social struggle.
So did we get a title change tonight? Or do Daniel Bryan continue the most givenest wrestler in AEW and lose?
The most what?
So it's him and Jericho tonight?
Givenest. Yeah.
Jericho Bryan? Jericho Danielson?
Yeah. It's tonight, right?
I think so.
Or am I ahead of time?
I think you're correct.
Didn't Bryan have like a really like a bit of a banger with Jericho like during that original NXT run?
Yeah.
Didn't he get on TV and have a banger with Jericho when
Jericho was world heavyweight champion? Like, for sure.
Yeah. Obviously, they're not going to, neither one of them are the wrestler they were, 12 fucking years ago. But still, the potential is there.
Did you guys get to see She-Hulk? Oh yeah, you did. I think you guys talked about that already.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was awesome. He was like,
people more upset about her fucking knocking over a couple TVs than the fucking doxing, than the fucking exposing of her personal shit. People are like, hey, that's that you burn down the CV. I'm more mad about the burn down CVS than the fucking dead guy. The murdered guy that started this shit.
Not the murder guy.
That's property. That you can't damage property. That's against the law. Oh, did shoot somebody's brains out? Well, what was he do? He should have complied. Yeah, good episode. Pissed me off that it got to the fucking really good part and was like, see you next week. It's like, you mother.
I knew that was going.
That was. Well, absolutely.
We definitely know the difference between Netflix and their sex scenes and Disney. We definitely know. Just shut the door.
Well, fucking duh.
I know.
Motherfucker. Of course.
I'm just
Captain Obvious over here. I wish it.
Hey,
they actually. I mean, that's pretty. That was pretty. Blatant, very obvious what was about to, and then what had just happened. And that wasn't. I don't consider what Daredevil had a game. That was a glorious. I want to be connected closer to the earth, so I'm not even gonna put my sneaks on kind of moment.
Yeah, nice.
I just want these vibes, the energy to run through me. Yeah.
And one more thing, so we get 4 seasons of House of Dragon. Mr. Arthur came out and said, yeah, he's going to give us 4 seasons.
Okay. Good for them.
I'm with it.
My favorite shows be struggling to get an extra, 2 seasons. You be hyped. They say, oh, yeah, we got renewed for season 2. Like, yes. Fuck yeah. Damn, they getting renewed 3 years in advance. Okay. It must be nice. But no, I mean, congrats to them and the characters there that know they got a job for the next 4 years, or 4 to 6 years, however long it takes.
Make sure you say he's making up because he only could get 10 episodes instead of 13. So he'll just make it up for season.
Were 10.
That's why he say he's making it up because he's gonna do seasons instead, since he can't get 13 episodes for a season. I'm cool. Just slow down. And as we these age jump, it's like, man, can we stick on one set of people?
Yeah, I'm not watching, so I don't. Yeah, I'm just.
Oh, okay.
I don't. There's not an excitement level or.
Screen here. I'm on Twitch too. What the hell?
Yo, look at the sparkle. Look at the pyro.
Yo, the cat was shadowboxing crazy. I tell you what, Bill Goldberg, country ass cat. I'm the boss.
Wow.
All right, man. We're moving on. We'll talk to you next
right.
time.
Thanks.
Yep. All right. I don't have much more. What else? Anything else?
The boys ain't had no necks in these games. I don't know. I got
Solo Sikoa's development.
I mean, we went to a wrestling show Thursday, Travis. Remember?
That's right. Look, like a half hour ago, I was like, oh, make sure you talk about the Inspire AD show. And here I am ready to sign off. We ain't talking about the damn show. So, yes, thank you. Last Thursday, we went up to Pinballs and saw a pretty good indie show. It was fun.
Fun show, man.
Couple decent matches, 1 or 2 really good matches, some fun characters, and a crowd that really made the thing even more exciting.
Yeah.
Big, vocal crowd that was into what they were given. So
I don't know when they air or what they air on, but I'm super interested to see what the TV product looks like. I don't know if it's just going to be like a digital thing or it's going to be an IWTV.
Oh, yeah, we're camera people.
Yeah.
Right.
So this is like that show that they do the first Thursday of every month is for their TV, whatever capacity their TV exists in. So, yeah.
Interesting. I'm going to have to find that.
Yeah.
There's some folks I'd like that Prime kid. I really enjoyed his heel work. Even the guy he wrestled, Stephen Wolf.
Yeah, my man Wolf. Shout out to Wolf.
Somebody I'd like to follow. Like, where's he going to be in 5 years? Kind of thing. Even Haya. Like, I didn't know until she liked some of my stuff on either Instagram or Twitter that I tagged her in. And I never went to her page. I just found out her ad and just fucking. Yeah. And then I went and followed her back and was scrolling through her shit. Like, oh, she's on Impact and stuff. Like, she's a real fucking wrestler.
Man, that's the homie, man. She's cold. Yeah, Wolf was on. He was on AEW like a month or 2 back. So yeah, man, they got that school is producing some real talent. They're making things happen for sure.
Yeah, all those bunch of folks from Houston. So yeah. Awesome. All right. We'll go ahead and wrap things up here. We'll be back next week, same time, same channel. Now this week, for real, unless Rich go fuck around and get another flu shot or whatever the hell he got that put him on his ass last week, we will be doing a VIP show. So if you are a VIP member and are listening to this in podcast form, click over to the East Coast Cast page on your podcast network, and listen to Rich and I. We'll have another hour or so content. We'll talk a little more about that She-Hulk episode. Talk about these books I'm listening to. He'll give a recap on Dynamite from tonight and whatever else comes up. So for all the callers, for Boris, since all y'all wanted to sit in the queue and listen and not interact, but for Boris and all the folks in the Twitch chat, and for Cam himself, I'm Travis, and we'll get at y'all next week. We out.
Muted.
Later, guys. Enjoy Dynamite. I know I will.